Okay guys, welcome back for another video. If you're tuning in for the first time, I'm Ashley and today I'm working with OMGQueen to bring you this gorgeous curly bob wig. So straight off the bat, I'm showing you exactly what she looks like in the back and the front. It has a nice like semi taper to it and I think it's absolutely beautiful. The curls are on point. This one definitely didn't need any work when it came to the curls. Now as far as the actual hair, like the lace and the hairline, we are going to do a couple of steps. So if you are interested in seeing how I got the gorgeous fly look you seen in the thumbnail, keep on watching. Now step one for me was to go ahead and cut the lace down. Sometimes company will have the lace super long and it kind of covers your eyes and your eyebrows. I don't want to mess up my eyebrows and I definitely want to see my work. So I just cut it down a little bit so that I can see. Now I'm going to go in and customize the hairline a little bit. To be honest, it did not need it to be tweezed at all in my opinion, but I'm not gonna say lazy, but I've been a little bit pressed for time in the last couple of months. You know, my mom of 3, we've been in quarantine, no help, no outside help with the kids, nowhere to take the kids. They are in the house with me, so I've just kind of been, you know, working with the time that I have away from them. But you know, they're getting a little bit bigger and I'm starting to be able to let them like self-soothe and self-occupy a little bit, of course with the cameras in my workspace with me so that I can keep an eye on them. So I'm able to go in and just customize a little bit more. I want to start dyeing a little bit more, bleaching knots a little bit more. I miss doing all of those types of steps, so I wanted to go in. I am a little bit rusty with the tweezing. Again, I haven't done it in so long, honestly, because I just haven't had the time, that I just want to start practicing again and getting really good at it so that my hairlines can be super flawless. You know, I'm not trying to come for arrogant Tay because he is literally perfect when it comes to styling hair, but I would like to get on my own version or my own level similar to his so that I can, you know, slay and look just as flawless, because if you've never tried, it is literally impossible to get an appointment with him. Literally impossible. So what I did here is I kind of work in sections. I kind of parted out what I would consider the baby hair, and then I tweeze, and then I go back a little bit further and part like further back to get rid of the boxiness, and then I come to the very front and tweeze a little bit more. There are definitely different ways and techniques to, you know, tweezing. Again, I'm just learning. I feel like I'm learning all over again because it's just been so long that, you know, I kind of want to refresh and get better than I was even before. Next step for me is going to be to tint the lace. You can definitely go in and bleach the knots. I decided not to do that part just because I do feel like you can get a really slate look without doing so. And of course, the best way to do it is to make sure your knots are bleached. But like, again, you're going to see me finesse this one and make it look really, really good without bleaching the knots. And this is what it looks like. Tinting the lace pretty much will help the lace look a lot more like your complexion. This is going to make it look a little bit more realistic, a lot more melted, and just overall a lot more put together and flawless. Now, as you see, we're going in and cutting off the lace. To me, this is definitely a easy step, but some people still have trouble with it. So if you have to like pause and like rewatch what I do, I pretty much cut the lace off in all of my hair tutorials, or almost all of them. The one key thing to do is to make sure that you make the wig fit around the ears. Most wigs are made to fit one size fits all or one size fits most, so that 13 inches from ear to ear on a frontal typically is not necessarily all needed. For me, I believe ear to ear, mine is 11 inches when I measured it. So that means on each side I'm cutting off like a little bit more than an inch, basically to make it fit my head and my ears. Hopefully that makes sense, but just make sure that it frames the ear and goes around it and not on top of it so that it's not bulky or anything like that. Next, we're going to do a semi-glueless install, and what I mean by that is we are going to bond it down, but we are using a hairspray. Yep, the kind of hairspray that you would use to curl your hair and, you know, hold the style. And pretty much I just apply that to the hairline or whichever part of my forehead I choose, and I kind of just move all of my real hair backwards and out of the way, and then I blow dry on a cool setting until I feel it suction onto my head. And what I mean by that is it'll be wet, and then it'll get a little bit tacky, and then it'll get dry, and then I'll keep going until it feels almost a little bit tight, if that makes any sense. So it is, I'm not going to say a tedious task to bond a wig down, but it is a little bit more time consuming if you really want to bond it down and, you know, make it last. Next up after that is going to be to do baby hair. I believe this hairline looks amazing. Honestly, I didn't need the baby hair. Honestly, like in person, I really liked the way it came out. Now that I'm editing and I look back, I definitely needed to tweeze out the sides. So when you see me tweeze, I tweezed mainly in the center because I knew I wasn't going to do any baby hair. Last minute, I decided to do a little bit of baby hair on the sides and, you know, make it look cute. And I like my design or my style for my baby hair, but after the fact, it is a good option to go back in with the tweezers and kind of thin this out, not kind of, but definitely thin this out, and trim it down a little bit shorter because it does overpower the look a little bit. And that's just me being honest and critiquing myself. And that is the beauty of hair, especially with wigs, is it's almost better to kind of not do enough and then have something else to work on the next day than to just overdo it on the first day and like regret it, if that makes any sense. Like if I had tweezed it out on the first day and I had did too much, I can't take it back. So sometimes it's a great idea to do what you can. Like, you know, if you've tweezed out the center, you kind of want to look at it from different angles, take a picture, because there's been many a times where I've like tweeze something out or I've styled baby hair and in person I thought it looked amazing, and then on camera I took a picture or a video or somebody got an off guard at me and I was like, oh my god, I am looking crazy. So you kind of want to get a couple off guards in there, videos, pictures, and just see what it looks like. And that's the same with makeup too. Sometimes you think your makeup looks good and then you take a picture or somebody else takes a picture of you and you're like, girl, I look like a clown. So that's just, you know, my personal opinion. Always kind of look at it from different angles, get your friends and your family's opinion, of course, you know, to make sure you're really looking slayed and you're not out here looking crazy. Because I think when we all go back to older pictures and we're looking at the progress we've made with our hair and our makeup, we've all come a long way, but we also all have a little bit of room for improvement, unless you're Arrogante or Tokyo Styles. I think they have it on point, literally to no end. So now I'm going to go in and customize, or not even customize, but just more so style the ends of the hair. It's also a great idea to co-wash your wigs before. This is going to give you the most nice, the best flawless look. It's going to make the curls pop, especially if you use a moisturizing conditioner. I just went in with my mousse. You guys know this is my favorite technique of all time as of recent. And I just go in with the mousse. I use my fingers and kind of just comb it in, play with it, you know, wave it up. And then I'm going to let this set and dry. And it came out super beautiful. Again, I love the cut on this one. It sits above the shoulder, and it has like a little bit of a angle to it, which I like a lot. Now you see I put on that elastic band, and that's going to help to melt the lace into my hairline, and you guys can see it makes it camouflage the lace a little bit more. Of course, I'm going to add a little bit of powder at the end, and that's going to help, you know, bring it home for me. Now, parting is important. Either you part or you don't part, but if you do part, you want the part to be nice and smooth and flawless, as flawless as possible. For me, I did go in and redo the parting a little bit to make it a little bit more to the side, not too much. And then I'm going in and critiquing and kind of trimming down the baby hair a little bit. It was a little bit too long, and again, I'm gonna go back after the fact and kind of thin it out more. But here I was just going in, you know, after the mousse set, and you guys see when you set it and use that elastic band and blow dry it, the hair will kind of keep the curl or the pattern that you give it, and that's really what you want and why you want to use the blow dryer and the elastic band, so that it's set, so that every day you're not going in and restyling the baby hair. It's already set and formed to the way it should go.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
Now the last steps for me are going to be to add my concealer to the parting and powder to the hairline. I love this combo. I like the Fenty for my parting, and then I use different things for the hairline. I'm definitely gonna go back to the old things that I used to use. I know I used to use I forget the name of it, but there's a powder I used to get on Amazon that I love so much. I don't know why I stopped using it, but I'm gonna pull it out because I definitely still have it. And then I also bought a bunch of powders from Target, like some affordable like Maybelline and things like that, because I want to try different things and different powders, different, you know, just different everything, some different conditioners for the actual hair. I know you guys get tired of seeing the same old products, and I kind of want to go through like all the products, all the brands, and just see what works and what is best. Now look at how bomb the center looks. Don't look at them little side baby hairs that I did. Look at that center. Look how beautiful and flawless it looks. I think I did amazing. If I did not mention, this one is 8 inches in length, 150% density. The texture of hair is of course curly Brazilian hair. I did opt for a cap beat construction, which is pretty much the glueless fit for a lace wig, and that's pretty much it. I love the way my look came out. If you're interested, this one did come from OMGQueen. This is the box and the packaging. They included an elastic band, which I did not use. If you really want a glueless tight fit, I would recommend adding your own elastic band because I feel like it gives a more tight hold to your head. And then also they included the wig grip, which I love as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, share this video with your friends, check the description box for a link to this wig as well as details on everything I used. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Smooches!